Okay, we're going to tackle sections 5 and 6 together. Okay, we're going to continue on having orgeterix as the subject. Okay, so the verbs that he's subject of are going to be probat and confirmat. Okay, so we're going to start with this first line here, start with per facula. Again, what we're going to have is a kind of what we think of as a delayed beginning of an indirect statement. Okay, the verb that is going to introduce this indirect statement here is probat. Here it's actually kind of sandwiched by the components of the indirect statement, but we should start with probat. He demonstrates. Okay, that. Okay, now the next thing that's tricky to realize is that the infinitive perficere. Remember, because an infinitive is kind of like a half verb, half noun. Okay, it kind of has a little bit of both. This perficere is the subject of the indirect statement. Okay. To achieve. Okay. Now konata is going to be the direct object of this infinitive, again because it's also part verb. That to achieve the undertakings, the konata, okay, is per facula, very easy, quite easy, factu, to do for them. Okay, illis, dative of reference. Okay, by the way, I know that the notes say dative of interest. Dative of interest is a type of dative of reference, so reference is good enough. Okay, so again, he demonstrates that to achieve the undertakings is very easy to do. Okay, now this might be the first time you're seeing a supine in you. Okay, notice how factu. It's not a regular. It's not probably anything you've seen before. It's based on the fourth principal part of facio. Okay, so from factum, the fourth principal part, you just remove the m, and you have what is called a supine in you. A supine in you kind of gives specification or relevance to some adjective. Okay, so it's harsh to hear, delicious to taste, okay, rocky to walk. Okay, those would be the types of supines that we find, and for the most part, when you see a supine in you, kind of just translate it as an infinitive. Okay, very easy to do. Okay, I also want to say that if we have perficere, this infinitive as a subject accusative, it's thought of as a neuter noun. Okay, so that means that with this linking essa, we are going to have a predicate adjective that is neuter singular accusative. In other words, per facula, okay, is in agreement with it. It modifies perficere. Okay, because perficere, whenever you have an infinitive thought of as a noun, it's thought of as a neuter singular noun. Now, why does he say that this is easy? Propterea quod, because. Okay. Because he himself, namely orgeterix, okay, obtenturus esset, was going to seize, okay, himself the command of his own community. Okay. Now I want to kind of say something about this word propterea. You probably don't like propterea, but you know how sometimes it's not clear whether quod is a conjunction or a relative pronoun? When you have propterea in front of it, it just says, hey folks, this is a conjunction we're dealing with. It just means because. And you don't really have to translate propterea at all on its own. It's just saying, just translate quod as because. Now, I want you to realize that here we have obtenturus esset, okay, that he will hold fast to, okay, because any clause that is subordinated to an indirect statement, such as we had in this clause, is going to need a subjunctive. So that's why we have this obtenturus esset. Okay. He's continuing on with what he's demonstrating. He is demonstrating that there is no doubt, or it is not doubtful, that. Okay. Now, after words like "there is no doubt," "there is no suspicion," okay, we often get this indirect question that starts with queen. Okay, that there is no doubt that the Helvetii, okay, are. Now, we have this pulse in here where we said, where's my complementary infinitive? Well, sometimes, once out of every 20 times, possum is used on its own without a complementary infinitive. And here going with plurimum, we can translate as the most powerful, the most capable. Okay, so there is no doubt that the Helvetii, okay, are the most powerful of all Gaul. Okay, now we're going to move on. We're going to have a new verb here, confirmat. He confirms that he, say, is referring to Orgetorix, okay, with his own resources, or troops, kopis can also mean troops, and with his own army, will conciliate, will reconcile, okay, the kingdoms to those men. In other words, he will help as part of the Helvetii, okay, to make sure that the coups that the other two fellows are trying, it's going to go to plan. Okay, so he's going to use his troops, his army, to make sure that those coup d'etats go to plan. Okay, we might have understood an esse here with conciliaturum esse, but as we're going to see quite often, the esse as part of a future active infinitive is often omitted in Caesar. Okay, I'll see you in the next screencast.